Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about permanent tissues. In previous video we have already taught about meristematic tissues. Now the second part of the plant tissue is permanent tissue. First of all, one question arises in our mind that the plant's flower or plant's stem, or we can say the plant's root, composed of the same types of cell or tissue. The answer is no, because we already know that if we're talking about the flower, or if we are talking about the stem, they give the strength to the plant, and basically if we talk about the root, they mainly give support to the plant. So all other parts of the plant have different functions to perform, so their constituent cells also differ from one another. A flower cannot change into a leaves if we talk about only the flower. So if flower cannot change, or if we can, leaves cannot change into a stem, so therefore the components tissue of a flower and leaves are permanent and they do not change or differentiate. First of all, what does permanent tissues are made up of? They are mainly composed of a mature cell that have lost their power of division. Basically, we all know that the cell have the tendency to divide, that help the plant to grow, or that help the cell to develop into another cell. So basically permanent tissues are that tissues that have basically lost their power of division. Their cells can't be divided, or it may be declared as dead or living. They may be dead or they may be living also. So this type of permanent tissues are mainly derived from the meristematic tissue, but these have only one different point, that they may be dead or they may be living, or their tendency of division of cell has been lost. Now permanent tissues have been classified into two major groups. Basically we will talk about simple permanent tissue. In after 2-3 videos we will going to talk about complex permanent tissue. So simple permanent tissues are what? They are basically similar types of cell are grouped together to perform the same types of function. And if we talk about the complex permanent tissue, these are mainly different types of cells are grouped together to perform specific functions. Now the simple permanent tissues are classified into three types. First type is parenchyma, second type is collenchyma, and third type is sclerenchyma. So first of all we will look after one by one. So first type is parenchyma. What does parenchyma mean, or what does parenchyma do in the plant cell? If we talk about the structure of the parenchyma, parenchyma is most common plant. Basically this is the most common plant tissue, and it is mainly composed of a cellulose, and the cell in parenchyma tissue are loosely packed, so they have the intercellular space between it. We already have the diagram of the parenchyma tissue. Here the spaces between the cells determines that they have the large intercellular space, so hence they are large space between them. The cell wall, we all already know that cell wall is made up of a cellulose. And if we're talking about the structure, then the one basic structure is that in plant cell we already know there are large vacuoles. If we are talking about the plant cell, in plant cell there are mainly a large vacuoles present in it as compared to the animal cell. So the shape, if we talk about the shape of the parenchyma, they may be mainly oval, round, or polygonal. We all know that the plant cell are basically in the rectangular form, but animal cells, and if we talk about the another cells, they are basically in the shape of the round. Now the location of the parenchyma tissue forms bulk of part of mainly green plants. It is also found in the flowers, or if we can, if stems, leaves, and root also. Basically it is found in the soft areas of the plant where the new growing cells are forming. Or if we talk about the function of this parenchyma, the function of this parenchyma, it is most important function is for the storage of the food and the water in the cell, and it also gives support to the stem of the plant. and it plays the most important role of packaging tissue by filling the space. This space that is called the intercellular space, that helps also in filling the space between the other tissues. So, and now what is the purpose of intercellular space between the parenchyma tissue? The intercellular space in the parenchyma permits the gaseous exchange between it. When parenchyma contains the chlorophyll and perform the photosynthesis, that is called a chlorenchyma. And parenchyma is also called aerenchyma when it contains a large air cavities, and it gives buoyancy to the aquatic plants and helps them to float in the water. We already know that in the aquatic region or in the water or the pond, the aquatic plants basically float inside the water. This is due to the aerenchyma. Aerenchyma has the tendency, or it's give the buoyancy to the aquatic plants to blow or to flow inside the water. Now in the next video we are going to talk about the collenchyma. Till then, thanks for watching.